Coming up on Chapman News, Orange County remembers a fallen officer and veteran who lost his life. We have a live report from the ceremony celebrating his memory.
And a national scandal concludes in Orange County. We have the latest on the teenager behind the sextortion of Miss Teen USA. And this is Chapman News.
Welcome to Chapman News. I'm Diane Gerstenfeld.
And I'm Cristina Hasenohrl. You're watching Orange County's only live and local newscast.
Orange City Council faced a tough decision earlier this week on Halloween safety that could affect families as they trick-or-treat. Kent Paisley explains the controversial decision to strike down a law that aimed to protect children from registered sex offenders.
The sex offenders and their attorneys are going to win this battle. Hopefully they won't win the war.
This past Tuesday, Orange City Council struck down part of a law which keeps kids safe on Halloween, requiring sex offenders to post a sign up on their door. City Council took the law down due to an impending lawsuit, as a similar case lost last year in Simi Valley.
This little tool keeps kids, parents, from keeping their kids from walking up to a door and knocking and having that first interaction or maybe multiple interactions with sex offenders.
In trying to protect children, we also have to look at the cost effectiveness of fighting this as opposed to acquiescing to the lawsuit.
The sign in question in the lawsuit is exactly like the sign behind me. It must read, "No candy or treats at this residence," and be at least a foot by 2 feet. While this sign is just one of 4 parts of the sex offender conduct law, the other 3 parts are that sex offenders must not have lights on in their house on Halloween night, that there be no Halloween decorations, and that in the event someone rings the doorbell, that they don't answer the door. While City Council highly values the safety of children, they had to weigh the costs between fighting a lengthy legal battle or just taking the sign down.
Even though this one aspect of the ordinance might be removed by us this afternoon, we still have 3 very strong pieces in place.
Mayor, I'd be happy to make the motion to approve ordinance number 10-13 with regret.
For the first time in 3 years, Orange will have Halloween without these signs. From Orange, I'm Kent Paisley, Chapman News.
Orange police haven't issued any citations since the city adopted the sex offender ordinance in 2010.
A 19-year-old college student is accused of hacking computers and taking nude pictures of women surrendered to FBI agents in Orange on Thursday. Federal prosecutors say Jared James Abrahams blackmailed girls in 4 different countries, most notably Miss Teen USA, seen here, an Orange County resident. One of his other victims was a 17-year-old girl. Prosecutors refer to the crime as sextortion. They say he obtained the photographs by accessing girls' webcams, which they left plugged into their computers. He then told his victims that if they didn't video chat with him, he'd spread nude pictures of them all over the internet. The judge set Abraham's bail at $50,000. He is expected to be back in court November 4th and is banned from using any computers other than for school.
Santa Ana PD is looking for a man who robbed a mobile mart on the corner of MacArthur and Main Street earlier this week. Police say the suspect walked up to the clerk behind the cash register and pulled out what is believed to be a black semi-automatic pistol. This is security footage from the scene just before midnight on Sunday. He then reaches over the counter and grabs an undisclosed amount of cash before getting away on foot. Police describe the man as white, 5'10" to 6 feet tall, and 180 to 200 pounds, with light brown hair and a distinct paperboy hat. Anyone with information is urged to contact Orange County Crime Stoppers.
For 10 women battling cancer, Sunday was a day to trade their chemotherapy treatments for beauty treatments. They were flown to LA from around the country for a very special day and then a very special night attending the Emmys. Annie Ackerman had a chance to speak with them.
It's almost like surreal, actually.
Sharon Sandaport is among half a dozen women who get flown in from around the country to go to the Emmys.
I feel it's like until I'm actually there, I'm not really sure what to expect.
But behind the smiles, Sharon is fighting for her life.
Rectal cancer was stage 4, inoperable, and given 9 to 14 months to live.
With donations of makeup and designer gowns, these cancer patients are ready to feel like celebrities for the night.
Wearing your street clothes to just absolutely a stunning gown walking the red carpet.
The only gowns they'll be wearing are the ones specially designed for them by LA-based designer Dahlia McPhee. And all the services donated by the Beats Livers Tumor Foundation.
Someone donates a gown so that I can feel like a princess for a day. I'm 57 years old and I'm like, wow.
And 2 hours later, the transformation's complete.
They say it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for them to be here at the Emmys. The limo just pulled up to the Nokia, where they'll be walking the red carpet.
I think I got a long time to go, so I just get up every morning with thinking that yay, another day. You know, it's a fact of life, you know, when you have it, you just keep going.
Annie Ackerman, Chapman News.
A sea of pink filled the surrounding streets of Fashion Island in Newport Beach earlier this week for Orange County's 22nd annual Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. Cami Werner-Longo reports.
Thousands of people, both young and old, joined together on Sunday to participate in the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure in Newport Beach. Focusing on breast cancer awareness, building strength in those that are fighting cancer, and celebrating those who have beat it, the event proved to be both inspirational and educational for all who were involved.
A bunch of kids from Chapman are here and a bunch of girls from our sorority are here. We just thought it would be a great way to end the weekend and to do something that has a bigger meaning.
As the largest annual fundraising event held in Orange County, Race for the Cure took months of planning to make the event as safe and secure as possible.
It has been so far successful. The year that it was absolutely crazy was the year that Dr. Oz came out here, and we had 36,000 people here. And this year we're right around, 26,000, so it's 10,000 less and a lot easier.
It seems the main key to success, however, was the participants' incredible ability to project a positive energy towards life, no matter the circumstances.
You have to get a completely different mindset as early as possible, that you can beat this cancer. There's 2 million women who have beat this cancer, and you can be one of them. And the attitude you take, it's 70% of the battle.
And so, with strength, big smiles, and lots of pink, the people of Orange County have raced their way to the finish line in support of millions of breast cancer victims and survivors everywhere, making the 22nd annual Komen Race for the Cure a huge success once again. Reporting from Newport Beach, I'm Cami Werner-Longo for Chapman News.
The event raised over $1 million this past weekend. The organization's final goal is $2.8 million. You can make a donation at komenoc.org. Up next on Chapman News, Travis Rogers from AM 830 joins us in studio. We reflect on why a once optimistic Angel season turned into a disappointment.
Plus, our weather expert, April Lynn Neuman, is standing by with her full SoCal weather report. April?
Thanks, ladies. We've got a high of 83 today in Orange, but what's your weekend look like? I'll let you know after the break. You're watching Chapman News.
You drive buzzed, it could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
So, I got this new family. And I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back. The health craze continues in Orange County, but this one is a little different. Boasting charity and family backing from a film legend, Madison Wade has more.
Grit Cycle, a spin studio in Costa Mesa, opened its doors just 3 months ago and is already gaining quite the popularity. Grit Cycle is owned by Marisa, daughter of the iconic movie star John Wayne. From outside its doors, you can hear the beat drop, while the class inside sweats and spins for a cause. Marisa lost her father to cancer when she was just 13 years old. John had a history of cancer, even before his success as an actor. In 1964, a couple of years before Marisa was born, he had a lung removed, which was the start of his declining health. The name of Grit Cycle comes from John Wayne's famous role in True Grit, and Marisa wants to use his name to help find a cure for people affected by cancer.
Our mission statement is bringing courage, strength, and grit to the fight against cancer.
1/3 of cancer deaths in the U.S. are linked to unhealthy habits, and Marisa believes that exercise is essential to preventative health.
A lot of my life has been devoted to helping people that already have cancer, and so this, I'm hoping, will be a step in preventative medicine and staying healthy and making better choices.
She also sells t-shirts, hats, and sunblock, donating all the proceeds to the John Wade Cancer Foundation. Grit Cycle has collected around $3,000 so far in donations and will open a new yoga studio in Newport this upcoming month. Madison Wade, Chapman News.
So Wayne can't wait to see what's in store for the future of Grit Fitness as they plan to expand into other fitness genres. So autumn has officially started as of Sunday, and I'm already ready for Halloween. I have my skeleton costume all picked out. What about you, Cristina?
I think I'll probably just pull out the old Hermione Granger costume. It's always a big hit, and that Gryffindor cloak comes in handy when it gets cold outside.
Classic look for you. I'm hoping there's some sweater weather in store. Let's check it out with the weather expert, April. What's it looking like next week?
Thanks, ladies. So, Cristina, you know I'm going to be pulling out my cloak too, but not till the end of October. Let's take a look at those current southwest temperatures. So right now, the warm area we have going on is Arizona. In the south, we have upper 70s, mid 70s in that area. As you move towards our region, we have in the mid to low 60s, Los Angeles 68, Bakersfield 62. And then as you head to the north, we have in the upper 50s, so 59 in Sacramento. Some of the reason that it's lower along the coastline is because of the wind. So there's a sea breeze going on right now. And as you can take a look along the coast, you see the yellow area, it's gusts from 0 to 15 miles per hour. The orange is 15 to 25, and then as you head further out into the ocean, 25 plus. Luckily for us in Southern California, the wind is not too heavy, but in the Midwest right now, there's a huge storm going on, and they're experiencing a lot worse weather than we are. So southwest Nebraska to western Kansas, even reaching the top panhandle of Texas. Major hail, damaging winds, winds of 58 miles per hour or greater, and possible tornado warning. Hopefully the storm is going to clear up as we head through the weekend. Let's take a look at the 5-day forecast for Orange County. So Friday we have a high of 83 and a low of 58. This weekend's going to warm up with highs in the mid to upper 80s and lows in the upper 50s. And then as we head into Monday and Tuesday, it's going to start cooling down and keep constant throughout the rest of the week with mid 70s and upper 70s. So I'm looking forward to fall season. I'm an East Coast girl. I love the leaves changing, so I'm looking forward to pulling out my boots and my sweaters. What do you guys have plans for this weekend?
Well, I'm sure there's tons to do this weekend, but I'm not sure that going to an Angels baseball game may be one of them. The baseball season is coming to an end, but there won't be any postseason action under the Big A. Leah Freeman takes us through the Angels' disappointing season.
Guys went out to deep left field. Kelly is back at the wall. Gone!
This year, not the competitive season Angels fans were hoping for. The team may have won their last home game, but fans were disappointed with the Angels' delivery these past few months.
It is more difficult to make it out to the games, knowing your team's not, in the swing of things when it comes to the playoff race.
Over the past 2 years, the Angels spent close to $500 million to bring in household names like Albert Pujols and Josh Hamilton. But factors like injuries and an underperforming offense kept the team out of the playoffs. Despite the disappointing end for the team, fans continue to remain faithful.
As far as loyalty, I think all of us Angel fans will be there next year, and I'm going to be there every year supporting them and wishing them the best.
Whether the team chooses to identify with Anaheim or LA, Angels chairman Dennis Kuhl says supporting the community is something that never goes out of season.
When it comes down to it, it's much more than the wins, the profits, or even the game itself. For Dennis Kuhl, it's about bringing the community together.
We got some great people in Pujols and C.J. Wilson and Josh Hamilton as far as great people in the community. So that's an important part of our business too.
While the Angels continue to build their community presence, fans also hope the energy carries over to the field. In Anaheim, Leah Freeman, Chapman News.
Thanks, Leah. We'd now like to welcome Travis Rogers to our studio. He's the host of the Travis Rogers Morning Show, the only live morning sports radio broadcast in the LA market.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the show, Travis.
Thank
you for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Now, in Orange County, Angels baseball is the biggest sport around, as you very well know. But the Angels have played a pretty dismal season. I mean, when they hired these big paid athletes, I thought we were going to see a great show.
Yeah, I think everybody was hoping for a great show. It certainly wasn't. It's funny. You can make the best plans, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. And this season, it didn't work. And I think that everybody from the top all the way down to the players, certainly to the guys covering the team, and more so than anybody than the fans, it's been a disappointment. This was not a team that was supposed to flirt with a 500 record. This was supposed to be one of the best teams in baseball, and they were well short.
Like you said, with a 79-81 record this year, do you think the Angels can make a comeback next year? Are we going to see a cut in management?
No, I think they're going to be okay. Again, you can make good plans, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to succeed, but I don't think it's as dire as a lot of people think. I think that they have a lot of core pieces in place. They have the best player in the league in Mike Trout. They have a very effective guy in Mark Trumbo, hits a lot of home runs, drives in a lot of runs. The biggest thing that needs to be addressed is the starting pitching. They've got three guys now with the addition of Garrett Richards. You got C.J. Wilson, you got Jared Weaver too, who are there and have done a really good job. But beyond that, there's a lot of question marks. They didn't lose because they didn't score runs. They lost because they couldn't get anybody out. That needs to be addressed, whether it's through a trade, whether it's through free agency. Time will tell. But it's not that you need 10 new pieces. You need one or two, and I think that everything clicks back into place.
Now, we've also been following the lease agreement. Are they thinking of moving the Angels? Like, where would they go?
Well, as far as where they would go, that would be a question for somebody much higher up the food chain than me. I think that the Angels are very happy in Anaheim. I think that they would love to come to some sort of an agreement, but it's a long way down the road. They just extended the negotiating window. It's years and years away. And like people ask me about Mike Trout and his contract being up, that's still 4 years away. Things that are that far away, so many things can change between where you are now and where it's going to be, much less a week to month, a year from now. We're talking several years. If I'm an Angel fan, I'm not worried about it at this point.
You mentioned Mike Trout. Do you think they're going to act sooner on renewing that contract, or are they going to let him slip through their fingers?
It's one of those things. First of all, it takes two to tango. It's one of these things that I'm sure the Angels would love to have him stay here for as long as they possibly can. He's the best player in the league. He's young. He's affordable at this point. The sooner they do something, the better it is for the Angels. The question is whether or not he wants to stay. I think that he probably would. This is a nice place to live. It's a great place to play. They're great fans. But he's in a unique situation that he's going to be a free agent when he's 26 years old. Usually you're about 30 at that point. So he's going to have an opportunity to do it once and maybe even do it a second time. Usually you get one crack at that. He's going to get two. The sooner it done, the cheaper for the Angels. The sooner it done, it guarantees some sort of financial security for Mike Trout. So the sooner that they can get to it, an agreement, and get the first one started, then the second one is a different conversation. But I would imagine that everybody's very, very aware of how good he is and how valuable he is.
Well, I know he's definitely one of my favorite players. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. You can catch the Travis Rogers Morning Show on KLAA 8:30 from 6 to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. Travis, again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. Speaking of sports, plenty of action on the other side of the 57. Sami Harrelson is on deck with your sports report. Sami?
Coming up in sports, we have breaking news with Chapman Athletics as an up-to-the-minute report exclusive to Chapman News. That's next.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
No.
Oops. Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
I admonish you.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's flirts.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're gonna be hanging out a little bit more.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
Welcome back to Chapman News.
Sammy's here for the Best Campus Sports Show, and we just heard about the Angels, but what else is going on in the world of sports?
Well, thanks, guys. In a Chapman News exclusive, we have a breaking story coming to us from the Chapman Pool. The men's water polo team has been suspended indefinitely as they are being investigated by Chapman University Student Affairs for an alleged hazing violation. For more on this developing story, we turn to Chapman News Sports Director Gardner Royce at the Allred Aquatic Center, where the future of the team is in doubt. The Panthers are taking on nationally ranked Princeton University in a game where the outcome is not the most important thing. Gardner, what can you tell us?
Gardner Royce, stand by.
Thanks, Samantha. What we do know is that the men's polo team has been suspended after Chapman launched an investigation into whether the team violated the university's hazing policy with its new members. The team was supposed to go to Colorado this weekend, but that has been canceled after Chapman Student Affairs is currently investigating the incident. Yet today, the 2-3 Panthers take on the nationally ranked Princeton Tigers in a game that very well may be their last. From the Allred Aquatic Center, I'm Gardner Royce. Back to you.
Thanks, Gardy. Another Chapman volleyball record has been shattered. All-American junior Val Geiger set a new school record this week, recording 36 kills Wednesday night against the University of Redlands. The previous record was set in 2007 by Jill Felger with 29 kills. Geiger had her eyes set on the record earlier this year, coming close when she posted a career high of 26 kills. This team's starting middle blocker has led the Panthers to a 9-5 record, including a 2-0 record at home. Geiger currently leads the SCIAC Conference with a total of 261 kills. And here's the rest of your week ahead for Chapman Athletics at home. Women's volleyball squares off against Caltech tonight at 7:30. Men's soccer takes on Redlands Saturday at 1. And the game of the week, men's football plays their home game against Whitworth at 7 p.m. For a complete schedule, you can visit chapmanathletics.com. The Anaheim Ducks look for a day-long caravan tour this past week. As Allie Friedman reports, the caravan turned to Orange County into Ducks County.
Fans gathered from all over Southern California to celebrate the launch of the 20th anniversary season of Anaheim Ducks hockey. The OC Cruiser embarked on this day-long journey through Ducks County with a first planned stop at Irvine Spectrum, followed by a stop at Fashion Island, and it finished up at Honda Center. Players joined fans for Q&A sessions led by television and radio announcers, along with Wild Wing players and the Ducks girls. Everyone was sporting their Ducks apparel, and this dedicated fan was ready for the excitement.
The event so far has been great. It's been really awesome to see all the players out here and showing their support for the community that supports them throughout the season, because it's a very long season, and it's been a lot of fun.
Each tour stop on the Ducks caravan included interactive hockey games where fans could face off against Ducks players. At the end of each caravan stop, the Ducks players handed out free Ducks-themed sweet treats to all in attendance. The caravan event was specifically made to celebrate the Ducks' 20th anniversary season, and to some, celebrating 20 years meant so much more.
It's taken 20 years to get to this point where we can say honestly that our expectation is that year after year after year that we're going to challenge for a Stanley Cup.
It may be all fun and games out here, but the Ducks are ready to get back on the ice and prepare for their upcoming season opener on October 2nd against the Colorado Avalanche. Reporting from Irvine Spectrum, I'm Allie Friedman, Chapman News.
You can buy tickets for the 20th anniversary season at AnaheimDucks.com or in person at the Honda Center box office. Well, guys, keep checking your Facebook for updates on the developing water polo story. Back to you.
Thanks, Sammy. Up next, we have an update on all things entertainment, plus a live report on how officers are celebrating the memory of a fallen officer. Megan, what can we expect after the break?
Cirque du Soleil visiting Orange County, the Red Bull Flug Tug takes flight, and Bunch of Music news is coming up. You're watching Chapman News.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. Could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Chapman News. Orange County law enforcement is mourning the loss of a hero who died this past Saturday. John Cucci is the first Laguna Beach officer to be killed in line of duty in 60 years. This is video from the scene. Cucci had stepped in to assist another officer in chasing down a speeding car when he collided with a Chevy pickup truck at the intersection of South Coast Highway and Cleo Street. Cucci died on the scene. Reporter Adrina Movazian is live in Irvine, where family, friends, and officers are gathered in his memory. Adrina?
All gathered here at Manners Church to mourn the loss of Officer. Today is a day to remember Officer Cucci, and it's clear he's had a passion for his country after serving in the Army and then becoming an officer himself. He is the first officer from Laguna Beach to pass away while on duty in 60 years. They brought in his body to the chapel not too long ago, and with hundreds of fellow law enforcement officers, it's a very emotional day. From Irvine, California, I'm Adrina Movazian, Chapman News.
Our thoughts are with them in Laguna. This past week was filled with TV news. We went to the Emmys rehearsal this last weekend, but I feel like I haven't really heard anything entertainment-wise going on this week.
You know, I feel like you're right. I know there's got to be plenty of other entertainment things going on.
There must be.
Megan, do you think you can fill us in on the 411?
Absolutely, ladies. To start off, the circus is coming to Chapman. The 3rd annual Cirque du Soleil Entertainment and Technology Symposium is this weekend at Chapman University, directed by Chapman professor Alicia and Don Guy. This is one-of-a-kind educational experience, is open to the Orange community, and is free to all Chapman students with an ID. This event gives people a chance to learn from Cirque du Soleil professionals, and it's the only symposium of its kind that allows students to be hands-on. This year, the theme is all about celebrating collaboration between performers and technicians, as well as students and professionals. They say Red Bull gives you wings, but Nicole Chenoweth found out at the annual Flugtag event that not everyone has a gift for flight.
Dream of doing. Teams of different ages and professions came to Long Beach in hopes of using self-made crafts to do what most people only dream of doing: fly.
Over 110,000 people came out today to see if teams either flap on this platform right behind me or soar through the Long Beach Harbor. I'm Nicole Chenoweth at the 2013 Red Bull Flugtag event to get to the bottom on if Red Bull really does give you wings. What are you expecting going in today? There's a lot of people who are just so confused as to what to expect. What are you expecting?
Flops, lots and lots of flops. Just seeing people that have spent probably like months of their life building these contraptions just crash and burn after like 3 seconds.
In the midst of flop after flop, the Chicken Whisperers, a team of engineers, soared right past the world record.
What was your official count here?
258, I think.
258 feet? That's insane.
You can't believe it.
Especially leading up, I don't even think people went like 10 feet before you guys. So people were really stoked. How does that feel when you do that and you hear the crowd?
So much adrenaline.
Yeah. And we sacrificed just months and months and personal relationships, and to come together and work is amazing.
Chapman's very own team Illuminati even got in on the action.
And are we gonna fly? No. Did we go? Did we go the furthest? No. Did we go the least? No. We still had a little bit of distance.
So going in, you were not expecting to.
We weren't.
If we
but we're in it for the experience, and we loved it. It was a blast.
Yeah, had we you had fun, you won.
Yeah.
The Chicken Whisperers have been getting international buzz for their record-breaking flight. Some members of the team have already confirmed that they will be coming back to defend their title for next year. In music news, nothing unites a crowd of 10,000 people like singing along to the chorus of Hey Jude together on the warm night in Hollywood. And that's just what happened Monday night on the Hollywood Boulevard when fans lined up to see Paul McCartney perform for Jimmy Kimmel Live, promoting his upcoming album appropriately titled New. Paul played 3 songs, including some classic Beatles songs. Die-hard fans waited in line for 10 hours to be in the front row for his performance. Unlike his last rooftop performance with the Beatles band members back in 1969 in the streets of London, Paul played at the rooftop of the El Capitan Theater with the Cops' blessing. Hopefully it won't be as long as 40 years before we see Paul McCartney do another rooftop performance. It's one of the most talked about musical festivals and has drawn in thousands of people, for iHeartRadio has done it again. This time it was bigger and better. Adriana Movizina was there with the details.
In the heart of the Las Vegas Strip, the 2013 iHeartRadio Music Festival took over 1,000 people on a musical journey they will never forget. Since 2011, the sold-out event has been hosted by the one and only entertainment king, Ryan Seacrest. Each year, the festival has featured more than 20 performers over a 2-night period, and this year was the biggest. It was a star-studded night with celebrities performing, presenting, and even in the audience. From country to hip-hop to even dance, there were musical guests from just about every genre. More than 25 artists rocked the stage.
It's here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena where just a couple hours ago, countless artists blew up the stage of the iHeartRadio Music Festival. This is the 3rd year and it brought the biggest names in the industry together, with performances by Drake, J. Cole, Queen, Paul McCartney, Elton John, Miley Cyrus, This weekend made music history. From Las Vegas, Nevada, I'm Adrina Mavazian, Chapman News.
With this year's festival being a huge success, next year's event planner will have a lot on their plate. That's all I have for right now because we're running out of time for entertainment. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Megan. iHeartRadio sounds like a blast. Well, that's all we have for you for Chapman News. I'm Diane Gerstenfeld.
And I'm Cristina Hasenohrl. Thanks for watching and have a great day.